Good evening, Simon here, Explosive Action, and I'm back with another Sci-Fi Channel Originals DVD update. I know you're excited, so let's get into it. You may have guessed from my previous DVD and Blu-ray update videos, I'm on a bit of a Sci-Fi Channel kick at the moment. It will ultimately end in a overview video of my entire Sci-Fi Channel collection, which is such an odd thing to be collecting, I think, if you actually think about it, but yeah, this is the kind of thing that I do, and I'm in the mood at the moment for these films. They are wildly variable in quality, but there's usually a lot of fun to be had. So we're going to take a look at the new ones that have come in the last couple of weeks since the last update. The first one actually is not an arrival. This one I was going through my shelves and realized that this is a Sci-Fi Channel movie, and I could move it from one to the other. I'm talking about this one. It's called Chase Moran. I think it's Moran, Chase Moran. Chase Moran, maybe? Chase Moran. It's got Bruce Campbell in it. It's a Bruce Campbell one. Early one with Brian James, Bruce Campbell, and Joseph Culp. Chase Moran. It's got another title that is escaping me at the moment. I think this one might be the... what is it? Attack on Dome 4 or something along those lines. I think that's Chase Moran, which would be wonderful to get a Blu-ray upgrade. And I say that because it's just been announced that one of the other Sci-Fi Channel films from the early days with Bruce Campbell in it, which I'm looking at on my shelf up there right now, is called Terminal Invasion, has just been announced by Kino Lorber for a Blu-ray, and that just is... It's just wild to me that they're putting that onto Blu-ray. It's a great one. It's a really enjoyable early film from, not one that they made, I believe, but it's one that they premiered on the channel, which is what a lot of the Sci-Fi Channel originals actually are. Just things that premiered on the channel, but they had nothing to do with actually making it. Chase Moran, I think, might be one of those ones. Yeah, I remember seeing this one a few years ago, and it's good because Bruce is playing an unhinged bad guy. So, yeah, I can move it from the action shelf to the Sci-Fi Channel shelf. The things that we do. Alright, so here's some of the new stuff that came in. This is a really early one as well, sort of mid to late 90s. I don't think they were involved in any financing or anything, but it was definitely premiered on their channel. I've been doing my research on these things. Dead Fire, this one with Matt Frewer, who is best known as Max Headroom out of a bunch of other things, but yeah, he's Max Headroom. And C. Thomas Howell, who's in a lot of action films. This one is Earth 2064, The Longest Light Year Has Begun. UK release. I actually kind of like the colouring on this. Just the aesthetics, right? It's one of these like $2, Poundland DVDs as they call them in the UK. But orange, bright green, I don't know, it just kind of works for me. In 2064, the USS Legacy, a massive old space station, has been orbiting the Earth for over 50 years. Now its goal is the regeneration of Earth's radiation-poisoned atmosphere. Its cargo, the surviving members of the human race. Yeah, this one's going to be good fun. Cryogenically sustained humans, small crew keeping the rest of the ship alive, and there is a gang of terrorists trying to take over. So, I don't know, we're going to get... Die Hard on the 2064 Space Freighter. We very well could. Dead Fire. Alright, so this stuff, this one I don't think is a Sci-Fi Channel. I'm pretty sure it's not. This is just in that theme, in that realm. One of the bigger ones. There was that period of time when we had movies like Anaconda going to cinema, and a lot of people were making their copies, and this is one of the bigger ones. Komodo didn't have this. There's Komodo versus films that are Sci-Fi Channel, but this one here, Komodo, from the writer of Anaconda, special effects creator of Jurassic Park. So this is closer to a real movie, which is hilarious to say. Welcome to the bottom of the food chain. Quite a hard one to get, I think, US release. Somebody locally had this, and I did a best offer, I think, and got it for a reasonable price. Old US disc has got the chapter card. Remember when chapter cards were in every DVD, not just the boutique Blu-rays? Read it from the back here. On an island off the Florida coast, something lies hidden, waiting for the chance to strike. One family is missing. The lone survivor is so shocked he's unable to describe the terrible events. Now, psychologist Victoria Juno will uncover the truth by going back to the nightmare. The last thing she ever expected was, the nightmare was real, Komodo. Giant dragon lizard thing. There's some cool stuff on the back. Yeah, this one's going to be fun. It's just not technically part of this pile, but neither is the next one I'm about to show. But this one, its sequels are, but I believe this one is not. This one, UK release, Primal Species. Actually, this is Carnosaur 3, retitled for whatever reason. Roger Corman produced film. The first Carnosaur 1 and 2 films are very dumb fun. I enjoyed those. There is actually 5. This is number 3. Number 4 is Raptor. The 5th one we're going to get to in a moment. Reading from the back here. A group of terrorists thought they were stealing a few pounds of uranium. They were wrong, dead wrong. It turns out they've stolen something much bigger and just as deadly. 10 tons of fierce man-eating velociraptor, a species presumed extinct but now well and truly alive and kicking. Oh man, it's apparently got the special effects by John Carl Buechler from Nightmare on Elm Street 4 and 6 and the Friday the 13th series, so there you go. Yeah, Roger Corman presents. It's definitely not a Sci-Fi Channel, but it is in that ballpark, of course. Next one. This one was one of theirs. This is part 5, very loosely in this series, Tyrannosaurus Rex. How good's that title? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, this one's got Jeff Fay, Tony Todd, and D. Wallace Stone. You've got actual people in this one. My God. Dr. Harrison Parker has just created Calgoran Industries Eden Formula. Eden Formula was the title it presented on Sci-Fi Channel as Eden Formula, but it's been renamed Tyrannosaurus Rex, I think, for pretty much all the DVDs. A breakthrough DNA technology that can be synthetically reproduce virtually any organism. Parker, however, is very unhappy about his research has been used to create a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, wouldn't you be unhappy? Thieves, led by the vicious Radcliffe, attempt to steal the Eden Formula. They cut the security system, causing the T-Rex's cage to open. Prehistoric beast goes on a killing rampage. This is going to be great fun. Yeah, so it's this killer Eden Formula and a T-Rex, and you've got Jeff Fay versus Tony Todd. What's not to like? This is one of those flashback entertainment DVDs that were like $2 everywhere. You could go into like electronics goods shops that sold washing machines for a while, and you could find things like this. Can't anymore, but it cost me exactly the same. So there you go, Tyrannosaurus Rex. The next one was one that I almost rebought, and then I realized that I did have it. It was in the wrong place, and it wasn't in my catalog. I keep things in DVD Profiler, which is really lucky that I found it, because it turns out that the Australian DVD is nigh on impossible to find anymore, and I was going to settle for a UK one, but yeah, turned out I already had it, but I'm going to show it anyway. This is Scarecrow, Fear the Field, another Sci-Fi Channel one. This is much later. In the tradition, I love that, in the tradition of Jeepers Creepers and Children of the Corn, in the tradition. It never sleeps, it never dies, it can't be stopped, hear their cries. Small town school teacher Aaron Harris is dealing out punishment for 6 students serving detention. He's dealing out punishment. Jeepers Creepers, dealing out punishment. I'm not going there. Their task, help Aaron's ex-girlfriend Kristen fix their family farm before it's sold, but the cornfields circling the farm come with an urban legend that plays on the town's darkest fears. It never sleeps, it never dies, it can't be stopped, hear their cries. They're going to run that into the ground. The Scarecrow lives to kill us all, keep it buried in the fall. Oh, this whole thing's just turned into a friggin' rhyme. Anyway, yeah, it's killer Scarecrow stuff. I mean, come on, that's what you're here for, right? Killer Scarecrow stuff. That's why I'm here anyway. It's really hot here today, if you hadn't noticed. I've got a bit of the beads of sweat, so I need to cool down, and I need a Snowmageddon. Look at this thing. Snowmageddon. This is quite late. I think this is sort of like 2015 or something. It's quite late. And it's got David Cubitt, Laura Harris, and Michael Hogan. Now, I don't know those names, but when I watched this, because I did pick this one up and watch it, it's completely ridiculous. I recognised a lot of the faces. There are a lot of people from films and TV series around that time, sort of the early 2010s, mid 2010s. Yeah, this one, I mean, the premise on this one was good fun, that a random box shows up at a kid's house, and in it is a snow globe, and the snow globe happens to have the entire town remade within it, and I don't know, he presses a button or something, and then suddenly everything that happens in the snow globe happens in real life. So You know, like there's little earthquakes and there's fire volcanoes and stuff happening in the snow globe. Well, it happens in real life. So it's actually a bit of fun, and it was set as a Christmas movie. So, you know, you've got your new Christmas film to watch, Snowmageddon. Absolutely ridiculous. The next three all kind of make a series. And I was kind of happy when I found that this thing existed, because I like this whole, you know, rip-off Indiana Jones, and there's quite a few of them. Things like, you know, the Librarian series, they're also rip-off Indiana Jones. This is no exception. We have here three films. Jack Hunter, and this one is the first one, The Lost Treasure of Ugarit. Jack Hunter, I'm assuming, is Ivan Sergi, and we have Joanne Kelly and Thoreau Reifenstein. What a great surname. My God, yeah, it's obvious what they're going for here, right? You can easily tell. In the true spirit of Indiana Jones and the Librarian. I didn't read the back, but it was obvious. Like, they were going to say that. Jack Hunter and the Lost Treasure of Ugarit. I mean, look at him here. It is total Indiana Jones. Yep, Jack Hunter, archaeologist and treasure seeker, heads to Syria in search of the legendary treasure of Ugarit. Guided by a clue discovered by his murdered friend and mentor, Jack leads a team of archaeologists through the treacherous land of Syria. Hot on their trails, a rival treasure seeker, Albert Littman, who wants to discover the hidden treasure at any cost. The chase is on, yada yada yada. So look, this one kind of sounds fun. I know I'm probably one of these deals where it's going to be one of those rainy afternoons. I'm going to watch all three. So we got The Lost Treasure of Ugarit, which is immediately followed by this very neat local box set, a back-to-back adventure featuring And the Quest for Akhenaten's Tomb and The Star of Heaven, which I think might have a separate title when it aired. I looked it up, and Star of Heaven I think had a different title. But we've got separate discs on here. There you go. This one, he is agreeing to help NSA operatives. He's transported to the US Air Force Base. Now he's in Turkey. Upon arrival, he's informed NSA is competing with Russian mafia to recover an ancient obelisk believed to be the Star of Heaven. Well, there you go. The Quest for Akhenaten's Tomb. Hang on, that's the Star of Heaven. Well, what we got here? Have they flipped the backs? I'll laugh my ass off if they had, because this one says Star of Heaven. On board a powerboat staffed with the three NSA agents, makes his way quietly in Romanian waters to the Black Sea. NSA has received intelligence pointing to a meeting that Albert Littman will be having with his boss, Russian mobster. Littman awaits word in a waterfront home, blah blah blah, to find the eye of the Star of Heaven. Okay, right, so I think this one is the Star of Heaven, and then what? It's probably got a jewel or something in the middle of it. Maybe that's the eye. I don't know. We're going to find out. I'm going to binge all three of those at some point, so that's good fun with Jack Hunter there. Going to be good fun. Now, I decided to get as well some of the miniseries. I actually saw some of the miniseries. They're the kind of things that were actually aired here in not Sci-Fi Channel. They were just in like general cable TV stuff. So I managed to see some of them. Some of these I haven't seen, but I thought, look, there's only about a dozen really miniseries they did, so let's just chuck them in the collection. This first one, which has got some real people in it, this is called Knights of Bloodsteel. My God. David James Elliott, Natasha Mouthy, but Christopher Lloyd. Look at him. Christopher Lloyd there. Like he's doing a full Lord of the Rings elves, but he's looking like the Doc from Back to the Future at the same time. Anyway, fate made them warriors, courage will make them legends in the hunt for Dragonsteel. Good stuff. Magical world of humans and mythical creatures, furious dragons haunt the skies. A band of freedom fighters are about to embark on a fantasy adventure like no other. Looking for the coveted magical ore Dragonsteel, apparently. So, yeah, this one's going to be interesting, I think. We've got a cool dragon shot on there in the back. Like I said, these are mini-series, not TV series, so it's effectively, this one is a two-parter. It's 180 minutes, so, you know, it's just two movies. Knights of Bloodsteel. We'll see how we go with this one. It looks like it should be good fun. This one, I have seen this DVD for years, just floating around the shops. I'm like, man, what kind of rip-off is that? Didn't realise it was a Sci-Fi Channel miniseries, or at least one that they acquired to show. I don't know if they financed this one. It was quite early. This is called Curse of the Ring. It even uses the same font. Yeah. From the director of The Mists of Avalon, and it's got Benno Furman, Alicia Witt, and Kristana Loken. Now, isn't she the one from Terminator 3? Isn't she that one? I think she might be that one, so that's worth watching. In the tradition of Lord of the Rings. I love this in the tradition. Based on the ancient Nordic legend of Ring of Nibelungs, which inspired Lord of the Rings. Aha. Curse of the Ring is the saga of Sigrid the Dragon Slayer, a simple blacksmith who becomes a hero to the nation. His quest for the glory of the gods and women he is torn between. Ooh. Apparently the special effects genius behind Independence Day is involved in this. So there you go. We've got Julian Sands, which is a highlight for me. I don't believe at this time that they've still found him. He's still lost in the mountains. It's not looking good, folks, which is very sad. And Max von Sydow's in this. He's great. That's like, you know, getting The Exorcist in here. That's real acting. And it's must see for fans of Excalibur and Conan the Barbarian. Well, there you go. This is from 2004. So this is pretty much facts for Australians here. This is around about 2004-05 is when they changed the ratings advice from this style, nice segue, into this style. And the last mini-series here is Tin Man. I watched this one when it came out and I quite enjoyed it. Might have been because I was kind of obsessed with Zooey Deschanel at the time. I don't know, she's so quirky, I thought she was really interesting. We've got Alan Cumming in this, Neil McDonough, and Richard Dreyfuss. So they did push the boat out for a few people in this one. I believe this one actually was a Sci-Fi Channel, maybe finance type thing, but RHI put it out on DVD. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz has been boldly reimagined for the new millennium. 4 timeless characters continue down the brick road in a variant quest for their own inner wisdom and authentic truths. Cyber-twisted update of the classic, a leather-clad, soul-sucking sorceress named Ascadelia has scorched the once beautiful Oz into a desolate wasteland. Its only hope lies with the outsider named DG, whose troubling dreams have summoned her to the doomed paradise. Her quest is to change the fate of Oz, and along the way discover her own destiny in this strange world. Like I said, I remember enjoying this when I saw it 10 years ago. 256 minutes, so I'm assuming that it was a 3-parter. For some reason there's 2 discs. There was a 1-disc edition, so I do not believe that it's going to be spread across 2 discs. Maybe this is special features or something. I don't know, I'm going to find out. You can get this for, I paid $5 brand new and sealed, including delivery. This is easy to get, so there you go. Tin Man should be good fun to rewatch. And I saved the best to last once again. I did another Amazon Japan order. I could not stay away from these glorious covers. I can't speak much about them because it's all in Japanese, but I can show you the covers. We got 8 here. Dark Relic. Look at that. You got fire and what is this? Like monster thing, fire, swords, knights. Amazing. Look at this. Oh, it looks glorious. The reason I get these, as I mentioned the last one, is there's no other options. There simply isn't. No American DVDs were made, no UK DVDs. German one here or there, but most of these cases are no. This is Japanese only, so and I love the covers. Look at these, it's just amazing. Dark Relic. I can't tell you much about it yet, but yeah, looking forward to it. What I can tell you about this one, stars Luke Goss. He did... I don't care about boy bands. He was in a thing called Bros or Bros or something like that. And then he became like an action movie guy and did all these direct-to-video things. He did Death Race sequels. He's fine. He does a fine job. And this one here is, as I've done my labels again, Annihilation Earth. Look at that. It's just Paris is exploding. It's just, of course you're gonna buy it. So good. There he is here. Got his radiation suit on. Just Annihilation Earth. It is being completely annihilated. It's just fire, brimstone. Amazing, amazing. Next one here we got is Path of Destruction. More. Look at this cloud. Look at it. The lightning is exploding the planet. There's, stealth bombers. Just amazing. Oh, the cover. I don't remember who was in this one. Was it Luke Goss again? This might have been another. It might have been a double Goss. There's this tiny writing down here that is very, very hard to read. Yeah, no, I don't think it is. But anyway, Path of Destruction. I would love to see this in the movie, but it's not going to look like that. It never does. This one's going to be great. Gargoyle Troopers is what it says there. It's actually Reign of the Gargoyles. So you get all these gargoyles in like 1940s Nazi Germany, like all these biplanes. You've got a very naughty symbol there. I put this one on for a few minutes just to check, and it's the full, Nazis creating a warrior race, that kind of thing. It's going to be absolutely glorious. Look at this thing. Reign of the Gargoyles. Probably going to be my first of these ones to put on, I think. Next one here, another amazing cover. This one is called Ghost Town. Look at that. You got your ghost sort of western guy up there. You got looks like Ghost Rider kind of thing there, but he's on a horse. He's got a whip with fire. He's on a fiery pentagram. Just amazing. Oh, the Japanese covers are just so good. But yes, I can't tell you much more about it, except for it's a 2010 movie. And yeah, I just don't believe there's US or otherwise DVDs of these ones. Black Forest. Got fantasy things here too. It looks like very nice tasting mushrooms, doesn't it? Quite glorious. Yeah, I like the cover of this one. It's obviously like a Red Riding Hood kind of thing. Haven't looked too much into what's going on. What's interesting is that all of these are Universal DVDs. They all have the Universal ident when you put the disc in. So the distribution is quite large in Japan for these things. So there you go. Black Forest looks great. The next two have, what's his name? David Hewlett. He is, for horror fans, he was the main actor in Pin, that really creepy movie about the mannequin doll. But he's also well known for Stargate SG-1. He played Dr. Rodney McKay. And I believe he's doing it basically again in the next two films. This one here, which has got a great cover. You can see this monster thing up here. This one is called Rage of the Yeti. Look at that. So it's like, soldiers versus a Yeti in the snow. I don't know, man, but it looks good to me. It looks good to me. And the last one here, which has the AKA of Time Machine 2013. Time Machine. It is in that world. It's actually called Morlocks. There's the thing I put there. Morlocks doing their time machine thing. There he is there doing his typical David Hewlett face. And we're doing a time machine movie kind of rip-off thing, 2013. But it wasn't even made in 2013. It was made like 2011 or 10 or something, 2012. I don't know, maybe they're projecting when it was going to get broadcast or something. But there you go. Morlocks. And they're the ones that I picked up. Man, I hope all 6 of you that like Sci-Fi Channel movies enjoyed this small little update, this bonus one. If you did, please like, subscribe, check out this thing. Do tell me what Sci-Fi Channel originals that you like. And I'll see you next time.